Hey, what's good, everybody? It's
What
Q.
And Ryan.
And here we are, the brothers of no sense.
Or he got sense and I don't.
Or the more you know, the better it makes sense.
Or
All right.
what he said.
Just want to thank everybody for tuning in with us and giving us great feedback, showing us a lot of love. You know, two brothers trying to do our thing out here, and we decided to do this podcast asking women some questions. Y'all want to know the tea of why men do what we do, why we think the way we think, why we act the way we act. So we took some random questions from y'all. We made a list, and we're going to get right into it. So let's see.
What you got?
What I got. What is the definition of being clingy? Okay. Clingy is a word that comes off the word of cling, means to hold on to. You know, your man can't breathe. You're always on him. You know, what you doing? What you going? Blah, 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 blah. You know, sometimes even when you're in a relationship, you know, you still need that space.
Well,
you know,
yeah, because time apart is just as important as time together.
Right.
Because the last thing you want is like somebody breathe. Like I don't want to breathe the same air as you all the time.
You know, and it also too, sometimes you just need to relax it and to get your mind ready, because people take on so much. As men, we take on so much, especially when you have a family. You know what I'm saying? Because you're dealing with different personalities. And again, this takes nothing away from the women, you know, in the relationship, but we're talking about from a man's perspective. So sometimes you just need, like me, in my game room, you know what I'm saying, I zone out, you know, get on the Xbox, you know, and play for hours, just zoning out. So I'm refreshed. I'm ready to take on all the emotions, all of the
Stress relief.
Yeah, that's stress relief. It takes on all of the things that come with being in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And that's just inside the home. Now, when I step outside that door, I got to deal with the real world. You know, so everything that comes along with that, you know, sandwiched together with home life, you know, you need a space to kind of like clear your head and say, okay, how I'm going to handle these situations. I need to relax. And true enough, your woman is there to help you to relax. But keep in mind that you're having to deal with the things that she's bringing to the table as well, that she needs you to fix.
Facts.
So.
Yeah, I mean, for me, well, because again, you're married, I'm, you know, single. Trying to deal with certain things, like trying to live, like being single and trying to live your life, and then you got things that you want to do or things that you need to do and you need to take care of, and the kicker for you is that you have somebody, you know, in house that, you know, that understands all that. So when you're dating, you're not living together, and they're like, well, how come y'all talk to me? How come y'all spend time? And I'm like, man, I'm trying to get things done. It's like, well, where you at? And text me like, so you don't want to talk to me today? I'm like, oh my god.
All of a sudden she's gonna cut you off now.
Right. You know, and so it's like you granted that I may not be spending all the time with you. You know, I'm not just sitting at home doing nothing, or, you know, I work, you know, we got the podcast, I take guitar lessons, we work out, you know, and I, you know, I do various things, you know, I try to run my errands, and, you know, I try to make sure I get covered what I need to get covered, you know, and then, you know, and I'm not saying that I want to put you on the back burner, but it's like, once I have everything established, now I don't have anything else to worry about. You know, because now I have all my business taken care of. You know, now, hey, let's go out, let's go to dinner, let's go to the movies, let's kick it, let's, you know, go hiking, let's do something. You know, and it's not that I'm putting you on the back burner, because guess what? I'm pretty sure you got things to do too. You know, and I'm not going to be that guy to interrupt your time, because time is important. You know, so if a clingy is like, I mean, I get it. We want to spend time with each other, we want to be around each other, but at the same time, I still have to take care of the things that, you know, I need to take care of.
Basically, in a nutshell, it has to be a balance. It has to be a balance to where, you know.
That's why I call that.
It has to be a balance, so that way, you know, when you do present yourself, you know what I'm saying, to your woman, it's like, okay, now I can give you all that you need, all you deserve. Because if something is always hanging and lingering that I haven't dealt with, you know, and this goes even to more so into the dating process. You know, if I'm not taking care of everything I need to take on the end, I can't give you 100% because I'm thinking about other things.
Big facts.
So, All right, what you got next for?
I guess this one will be more towards me then. Are you afraid of settling down? No. No. I'm not afraid, but I'm cautious about settling down. I made the mistake, and I paid for it, financially and emotionally and mentally and physically and what have you. And it's not that I'm afraid. It's like the next time I take that step, I want it to be the right step. Mm-hmm. So it's not that I'm afraid of settling down, because what happened the first time around is I blatantly and ignorantly ignored all the red flags. Mm-hmm. Just trying to see all the good that I can gain out of the relationship. Right. But ignored all the red flags. Like, the red flags just slapped me in the face at one point, and I'm just taking the hits. Like, right. But she good though. Like, we can grow though. Like, man, right. I got the cheek red as hell. Just keep going, keep doing dumb shit, and I missed all of that. And then I paid for it. So that's why I said the next time, and it scarred me. I literally let my past control my narrative, and it took into effect when I was, when I actually started dating afterwards. That took a while for me to get over, but it did control my narrative. And it just recently, I was like, I'm not gonna let that keep happening, right. So I put the past behind me, and now I'm looking forward, So, am I afraid? No. Am I cautious? Definitely. So that's my perspective from it.
Me personally, I come from a large family, so settling down was never an issue for me. It was just making sure I'm doing the right thing. Anything that you want to commit to, you want to make sure, hey, I'm doing the right thing, and even though you don't see the future, we don't know what's going to happen beforehand, but at the end, you want to say, okay, if this is the person I choose to be with, I want to make sure that this is the right one for me, right. And the only way you can do that is to know yourself, So me, I never had an issue with settling down, and
but as far as other men, like, it's a situation dictates. You'll hear me say that a lot. Situation dictates. My reasoning is going to be different from your reasoning, and then your reasoning is going to be different from his reasoning. His reasoning is going to be different from his reasoning, which could also lead into one of the other questions, number 6.
All right. Do you think life ends when you get married? No. The old saying, as the old heads used to tell me, you're married, you ain't blind. There's a thing called respect. My wife's Hollywood crush is Idris Elba. I guarantee you, if something was to happen to me, she'd be giving Idris Elba a call.
No, she won't. I'll make sure she ain't going nowhere. No, you park it.
But it's all good though. Life doesn't end, and that's the purpose of spicing things up, and not just even in marriage. When you get into a relationship, life does not end. You know what I'm saying? You just have to get to a point to where you're saying, okay, look, this is my mate, my ride or die. We're gonna do whatever we need to do. And a lot of times when you see a lot of your grandparents and your aunts and uncles who've been together 20, 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? That should mean something.
Facts.
Nowadays, it's so quick to say, you know what? I forget it. You know what I'm saying? We get a divorce, first sign of trouble or, whatever you go through, you want to just throw in the towel because it's so easier. Right. And we don't have, the big mamas and the grandmamas like they used to be, where they give you that advice of how to hold on and to hold the glue together in the family. So what happens is you throw it away thinking, okay, well, I can't work this out, I'm done with it. So you just have to get to the point to where saying, okay, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this union work. And in some cases, it's not going to work. Sometimes that you're not compatible enough to the point to where nothing's going to fix this. But at the same time, that's why involving yourself with people who's going to give you good advice not bitter people, not people who ain't been through nothing. Because how can a person who's never gone through nothing tell you how to handle a situation?
Facts.
You know,
which was kind of like even, you know, earlier today. Like as soon as I got here, I'm like, yo, I need to ask you some advice on something, you know, because I know you've been through it. So, you know, when it comes to something like that, like yeah, you have to be compatible with that person, and you have to be compatible on 100% of the things because we're all different for a reason.
right?
You know,
And just being open-minded and ask questions. You know, ignorance is not an excuse. I always say that. Ignorance is not an excuse. Learn something. And even if it's not for you, learn about it so you can understand why a person reacts a certain way, why a person likes this, why a person likes that. You know, communication, and that was a big thing on my end I had an issue with because I was afraid of how somebody would look at me or how somebody would think, oh, well, you like this. So, I mean, you know, they put you in this box because them themselves have not opened their mind up. And for the most part, when a person finds out about something, they usually find it from another person. They don't.
This is gonna be next episode.
Right. But, you know, all right, what's the next question? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get into it, boy.
Yeah. I feel you, man.
What you got for us?
But also, I was going to touch on, like, life doesn't end after marriage. As far as, like, you know, some people, like, oh, man, I want to hang out with my boys, but I can't get my girl.
Right.
You know, and things like that. But it's like, if you have, like, that one understands, like, shit, I'm gonna hang out with my girls too. You know, leave me alone. I'm like, okay, cool, you do your thing, little bit. So, yeah, no, definitely life doesn't end. But to the next question, which can kind of be tailored towards both of us, which is kind of something that I'm dealing with right now, personally. Mm-hmm. How do you know if a guy is serious about you? Mm-hmm. So this is a good one because I know if I'm Aries, so when I'm in, like I'm in, mm-hmm. like you know, like I'm focused on that one person. So I'm communicate, call, text, start to open up a little bit. You know, do things like out of the box. You know, something creative, something, you know, like listen to her and look at listen to the things that she's missed, mm-hmm. right? So you want to take that and you want to capitalize on the things that she missed. So, you know, I listen, I'm like, yo, the things that she's missing is who I am anyway. So for the things that she's been missing before, it came natural to me. So I'm able to fill those voids, mm-hmm. because guess what? I want to see where this thing goes, you know, with her. So, you know, even when it comes to certain things, like I've even limited my social media presence. Mm-hmm. You know, usually, like you see, I usually post on my story something stupid, mm-hmm. you know, something funny or, you know, whatever. And I haven't posted on there for like a couple days. I was too busy, like, into her, like, talking to her, you know, seeing, just enjoying her time as far as communication, and even, like, you know, going to hang out or going on a date or something like that. You know, I've just been more so enjoying the here and now, mm-hmm. because I want to be serious with this person, you know. So if somebody's basically devoting their time and efforts and energy into you, they're not making excuses, like you're open and honest with them about everything, that's how you know the guy's serious. You know, if he wakes up first and you get that good morning text, you know. But
they will say, all the guys, you texting good morning to all the women.
Yeah, that is true. all women. That is true. But personally, like for me, it's cards on the table. Like, yeah, it's there. You can keep some things reserved because I can't explain myself to one person in 24-hour span. So I put all my immediate cards on the table, and she's like, yeah, I can get with that. I'm like, all right, cool. Boom, here go another card. Mm-hmm.
And another thing too, women, stop saying guys are always thirsty because you're doing something you're thirsty. But but no, stop saying guys are thirsty when they're showing interest. Sometimes a guy is genuinely, truly interested in you.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying? But y'all so quick, I mean, because you're not interested, you want to throw out, oh, he thirsty, he thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, you know, if you throw that initial, you know, interest out there and she doesn't reciprocate, then fall back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's her loss. You know, don't be so quick to, oh, want to call her out, or, you know what I'm saying? You know what? If you know you genuinely are interested in this woman and she's not giving you the sign that she's interested back, all right, you know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Keep it moving, man, because it's not worth the embarrassment, you know, because nowadays the screenshots and they'll put you in these groups and look at this nigga talking to me, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And they clowning you, you know, and you genuinely was, hey, you know, how you doing? My name is Quentin. I mean, you know, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, if she's not interested, keep it moving, man.
Well, and then it goes into the, I don't know if you ever watched that show, How I Met Your Mother.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was Teddy that said the Doppler-Dahmer effect. So two men can do the exact same romantic gesture. Mm-hmm. But if she's not interested in one person, it can come off creepy. But if she's interested in the other guy, it can come off romantic. Right. You know, so it's a perspective thing, you know, as well. But when you're genuine, you putting yourself out there, and that could bruise some egos. Right. You know, but I mean, people grow from it. They'll learn from it. But yeah, man, if a guy's interested, you will know. You know what I'm saying? He's interested.
Do men fake orgasms? And the answer is yes. Because sometimes it's like you in there and it's just, it ain't popping. You know what I'm saying? And it has nothing to do with the woman or the man or she, but he got to do this and he got to do that. You know, this man versus woman type thing. But sometimes, you know, it ain't happening. You got to get in there and you shake it off and you're all green and white. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, woman, yeah.
Sometimes it's just not, and I mean, sex is not going to be explosive every time. Sometimes it's going to be, you know, hey, look, all right, come on, you know. Right. I felt a little something in the beginning, and you in there, you going stroke for stroke. Stroke for stroke. Stroke for stroke. You going stroke for stroke, and all of a sudden, you just like, you thinking about light bill, you gotta pay tomorrow, you thinking about work in the morning.
They look very sexy.
You know what I'm saying? All right, single sex too.
All right, sometimes.
I'm just saying, sometimes you just think about, you know, other things be on your mind, you know, but you feel obligated, okay, you know, and now this doesn't just hold a marriage either. Yeah. You know, sometimes, you know, you feel like, okay, I gotta make sure I'm doing 110%, and you know what I'm saying, and you putting in all the work and she just laying there, you know. Right. You know, so again, you just like, you know what, let me end this ride right now, get your little shake and move, hold me, you know. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then she be like, how was it? You like, you know, you good? Yeah, girl, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You still hard as Chinese math, but you know, you just like, sometimes it don't pop off, you know.
Well, true, it don't. But okay, I have. But see, I did it with a rubber on, and I was like, she's like, did you come? Mm-hmm. but you know, and if I'm not, you know, I can't fake it. I just be like. I'm like, she's like, but you ain't come yet. This ain't for me. This all for you. And I just keep going. Until she gets tired.
But I'm gonna tell you, that just like when a man can't make a woman come, it messes with his ego. It messes with a female's ego too. Don't trip. If women feel like, oh, I ain't make him, you know, pop off and all that, she got that whop. You know what I'm saying?
Is it WAP or WAP? I know. I don't see that song.
I hate the song, but I'm just saying, if she ain't got that WAP, you know, whatever, you know, you know, I ain't feeling something. I ain't feeling this. I ain't feeling that. You ain't come. You know, like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. You know what I'm saying? So men, so if you want to be sure, you know, if your man is popping off, as they say, you got to look at it. You got to hop off of it and look at it.
Dude, just, I mean, yeah, we fake it, but come on, just, you can tell the truth. Like,
9 out of 10, he ain't.
Okay.
You know.
I tell something. But you know, I make the narrative work, man. Shit. All right, so I mean, from there, and we talk about bruised egos. Are men emotionally weaker than women?
I won't say emotionally because that's a painting with a broad brush, but I will say women can dish it out and take it better than men. A woman, you know, how does it go? A man can go out here and have an affair, and a woman can go out here and have an affair. The man will be jacked up because another man been in his pot, in his sauce, if you will. A woman will be like, you know what? You know, we'll work on it. We'll get through it. You know.
But if a woman cheat, hell no, son. I think he was a whole bitch.
Was he bigger than me? Or how was his stroke game? You know what I'm saying? You start comparing yourself.
What's the shoe size?
You know, you know. But again, men will mess around with next door neighbors. Women will mess with somebody in another state. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, just like I was saying, like men cheat for sport and women cheat because of emotion.
Right.
Most of the time, I ain't gonna say all the time. Most of the time, men fuck for sport, women cheat for it because of emotional reasons. I mean, that's simply put. But yeah, we can't handle shit.
Right.
We be ready to go shoot at the club for no reason. She ain't even there. You ready to shoot at the damn club? I just see people. You know, so yeah, I don't think we, and that's one of the reasons why I strive to be a good man, because I know I ain't really, I'm be man. Look, for real, that's what we doing. I know I should have messed with your ass.
All right, what's another question we got? Are men able to have conversations about intimacy?
When you say intimacy, you don't necessarily mean sex.
Right. Well, the thing is, everybody thinks they're an expert on sex. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody done told somebody you didn't watch something, you done this, you done that. So everybody thinks that, okay, you know, when it comes to the stroke game, you know what I'm saying, I'm the man, you know. So, and nobody wants to ask for help. The biggest thing with men, like I said, our ego is the most fragile thing in the world. And for us to say, hey, I want to know how I can be a better lover. You know what I'm saying? Just like Ryan said, it doesn't always have to mean the physical act of sex, even up to the build-up. You know? And I think it's a lost art as far as asking for help. Or, you know, me personally, back in the day, you know, I used to be horrible. I ain't gonna lie, you know, speedy, you know, I'm out of there. So, but
over the gravy.
Yeah, but again, because I was never taught how to take my time with a female, you know what I'm saying? So I started reading and studying and educating myself, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm at that moment, I know what to do. And even aside from books, just talking to that female, finding out what she likes, what I can do to, you know, interact with her better. You know, because everybody thinks, oh, I'm gonna look at the porno, what the porno do, boom, that's what you're supposed to do. Or you talking to the guy who getting all the play down the street, hey, bruh, what you be doing? You know, but he ain't no better than what you doing. But you look up to him because that's your somebody you know and trust, and it's like, okay, I'm getting bad advice, and this is not working.
The blind leading the blind.
Right.
Yeah. So and I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I was the opposite of you when I was younger. It was like I used to, before I even started having sex, I would study. I'm like, okay, this, okay, and then that, and I'm up there, and you know, my mom was at RN for like 20 years, so I'm up there.
Right.
No, that got more nerve. That's why they like that shit.
Okay.
That. they can get orgasms from their nipples? Damn. And I went on and studying and watching videos and studying. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck. We said we stay home, so we're gonna keep it real. Keep it real. You know, in house. So the way I actually learned how to get oral sex was I forgot the chick's name, but it was actually a video, and she was actually teaching how to get oral sex. And I'm like, okay, so you do that. Okay, so you can use your tongue. Okay, and don't just flick the bean.
Right.
And if you need any help, do the alphabet. All right, but some women like, vibration and stimulation. All right, so put your lips on there and hum. Like, it's so many different things. But at the same time, after that, when I started having sex, it was like, I want to make sure, like, okay, she gonna be right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then I was like, I was trying to do the same thing with everybody I was with, and then it was like, some of them wasn't feeling it, but some of them were. That's when I learned, like, all right, now you got to tailor this shit to them. Right. So then, as I got older, I learned that I need to study my woman.
Right.
So, and that's what I ended up doing, for the longest. But before we even get to that act, I asked the questions, like, what do you like? What do you don't like? What's your turn on? What's your turn offs? What are you open to? What's a hard no? And then when we get to it, then I'm like, listening to their moans. I'm feeling their body. I'm watching their movements. I'm feeling their movements, and and things like that. So I'm actually studying. So the next time through, I'm on point.
Right.
And then if something arises from there, then I'll take that as a learned lesson. I'm on point from there. So, that's how it is for me, because I have to know my woman. So I have to have that conversation beforehand.
All right. So what's up? All right, what you got next for us?
Man, I got a question that a lot of men don't get asked. Are you happy? And it sounds like a broad question, which it can be, but at the same time, it can also be generalized.
Mm-hmm.
So a few months ago, I literally posted this question, and it was like, the one question that men don't get asked a lot, like, are you happy? Then I start getting inboxes or the DMs. So wait, are you happy? Don't ask me now. Mm-hmm. Because if you ask me now, you're doing it out of a sense of, it's not a sense of being authentic. It's more so artificial. So it's like, do you really want to know if I'm happy, or you just asking me because I posted? So, and I could just go into the whole thing of why I wasn't happy, but at the time in my life, I was not happy. And that was my reasoning for posting the question, because I think I was talking to somebody at the time, maybe, I can't remember, but I really didn't feel like my happiness was a priority for him. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it didn't last that long. I don't even think we did anything. I was just like, you know what? I didn't feel cared for. As a man, you want to feel like some type of comfort and security, and I didn't feel it. So I was like, man, I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with that. And it's like, what can I do to be better? And it's just like, then you start getting in your head, and you start trying to figure stuff out. And so it got to a point where it's like, I'm not happy, but I need to figure out how to be happy. Mm-hmm. And not a lot of guys are going to be like me, because I end up holding a lot of stuff in. I internalize a lot, But now, am I happy? Yeah. Happy with my job. I'm happy in my personal life. I'm doing more. I feel better. Mm-hmm. I feel woke. What about you?
Me personally, a lot of things people contribute happiness to success. It's almost like playing a game of baseball. Some people are content with being on first base, second base, third base. When you got the family, the house, the dog, you figure like, okay, I done made it. If I don't get no higher than the ceiling, at this glass ceiling right now, if it doesn't break, I'm content. I think there's a difference between being happy and being content. Me personally, I'm happy because without the physical stuff, I'm happy within myself. At 42 years old, I've done a lot. You know, done good, done bad. You know, I've lived a life that, you know, saying, okay, I know who I am. And you have to know who you are as a person before you can be happy with anything, because you can win the lottery tomorrow. True, you'll be happy with the physical, but deep down inside, you will still be missing something. You know, so me personally, I love who I am right now in life. I love when I look at myself in the mirror, who I am. You know, I take the good and the bad. You know, so at the end of the day, when I close my eyes for the final time, I want to be able to say that, hey, you know what? I lived a good life.
Right.
You know, I want those around me who I've influenced, you know, or leaned on to say, you know what? That was a good man. You know, I respect that brother. You know, so me, at the end of the day, I'm happy. I'm content with myself. I'm happy with myself. And I think, you know, you just got to just build from there. Because when you're happy within yourself, it shines on everybody else.
Facts.
You know.
Big facts. Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's see. We'll do 2 more questions.
Yeah. I guess this is one question that a lot of women want to know.
Okay.
Why do men send dick pics?
For advertising, what y'all think? You know what I'm saying? And that's because you want to advertise yourself, because you think that'll put you ahead of the line. You know, and
I think they think it's a cheat code.
You know, right?
It's the contra code. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they think that that's what all women want. Not all women want that.
Right.
You know, and now you setting yourself up for failure for doing so. I don't do it.
Right.
And I think when they say dick pics, I think they're more so along the lines of unsolicited dick pics. Like, nobody asked for this.
Right.
Why are you sending it?
Right.
You know?
Because I think a lot of times what happens is a lot of these social media groups, you know, when you're putting their content out there, you're putting it out there for advertising, for fun or whatever. But when you're trying to take it to the next level, you got to remember, okay, that was for fun. That, you know, if you're in the groups and y'all doing your thing, you know, have I done it before? Yes. I'm keeping it a buck here, you know. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you gotta know when to turn that shit off, you know. And the thing is, when you're trying to find a potential mate or woman of interest, the last thing she want to see is your joint, you know.
Right.
So it just boils down to women don't like it, men don't do it unless they ask you, you know. And any woman that I feel that is serious, she's gonna want to hold off to the end. She's gonna want to be surprised. You know,
yes.
That's just my opinion. Now, some women like, yeah, want you to fill their inbox full of, you know, dick pics. And they show them, because trust me, believe me, they show them to their friends. They show them and they rate them and they laugh and they ooh and they ah and they cool, whatever it is they do. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So trust and believe. You probably number 18 in the rotation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know,
it's just crazy. I think because it's crazy because you get on social media, like I'll be on Instagram or some shit, and then I'll go to the chick's page and like, oh, she cute. Let me go check her out. Let me see what she's about. You know, she.
Right.
And then you read in the bio, no dick pics, you'll be blocked. Man, the fact that they
had to put that in there.
They have to put that in there. Like what was we talking about the other day when we was painting the house? When I was on a ladder, and he's like, Bobby and Bob's Burgers.
Right.
It's like, hey kids, I'm on a ladder.
Right. I shouldn't have to say. You shouldn't have to say that.
Right. You shouldn't have to say it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I can't speak for other guys. Again, like you, I have done it before, but it's like I've grown. You know, I'm at the point right now where, and I was like in my 20s, man. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm at the point right now. It's like I'm looking for one person. So, I'm not trying to trying to talk to this person and be with this person, and you know, I got the wing dang doodle all over the freaking internet and videos and shit, and you know, somebody found it on Pornhub. Ain't that you?
Right, man.
You know, ain't that your paint right there? That was doctored. So you know, I'm not trying to be that guy, you know. And why do they send dick pics? They don't want to get to know you. They want to say, hey, what's up? You down to fuck? Right. That's it. Right. All they want to do is just smash.
Right.
You know,
right.
and life is more than that. You know. So, you got one more?
Yeah. Last question is going to be. Let's see. Why are men petty after rejection?
That's exactly one I thought you were going to get to. I knew it. I knew it.
All right. To go hand in hand, when you send the dick pic, and or when the men send the dick pic, and you like, you know what the hell? No, out, block, whatever. Forget you. You ain't nothing, no way. Or, you know, blah 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 blah. It's just like, okay, the ego was hurt.
Yeah.
You know, the male ego is the most fragilest thing in the world. Fragile than a piece of glass, anything. And on your best day, a woman can shut you down in the worst way. You know, so some people don't know how to take rejection, especially when they are a popular person, you know, because no matter how fine a man think he is, a woman can shut you down and make you feel like you're the ugliest thing in the world. Right. You know, nobody. First of all, nobody wants to be rejected. You know, it comes off as you're not good enough. It comes off that you're not attractive enough. You know, and you might really be genuinely and you know feel like, hey, I'm being genuine to this woman. I'm really trying to see what's up with her. And she's like, no, I'm not interested. And it's like, dang, you know, I built up the nerve to talk to you and you shut me down. Well, that's just part of the game.
Hey, ladies, it really, I know some of y'all sincere when y'all reject, but man, some of it like some guys are shy. So they actually have to like really build the confidence or strength. Like some dudes literally premeditate and play out how they're gonna ask you out. Mm-hmm. And man, it can't hurt because I did that before. I was premeditating, planning. She's like, So I'm like, all right, give her some time. Give her some time.
Right.
She me with the Roger.
Right.
Hit the whistle. No. Like, all right, let me give you like another 6 months or something. You know, something. And, you know, I kept getting rejected. So it's like, man, it can hurt the ego, but there's a way to handle it. Right. So, like you said, dude send a dick pic and a woman rejects. You're like, you ain't nothing but a hoe anyway. But then it's like, okay, if she was a hoe, then she would have fucked you.
Right.
Like, so, right. You know, just because you ain't make a cut, you know, don't mean that, you know, that she's a hoe. You know, not all women are hoes. Like, man, some women literally are respectful of their body and don't want what you have to offer. Right. Which 9 times out of 10 is probably nothing.
And then a lot of times too, man, it could just be, you know, the wrong time frame. Could be, you know, a bad day. She's not up to par. She's not feeling well. She just, I can beat you this night. She don't want your ass. You know, so it just boils down to, okay, the rejection part, it comes from the men feeling like, okay, I'm the best thing coming into your life right now. You turning me down is like me signing you a blank check and say, here, you know, you like, nah, I don't want it. Do you know what I can do to your life? You know what I can put into your life? Da, da, da. So when you reject that, to me, well, not to me, but to men, it comes off as, you know, you missing out on the best thing.
Right.
So again, knowing that you as the woman just jump over a big hurdle, because getting with that brother, you about to go through drama and all types of mess. And sometimes that woman's, what you call women's intuition, they know, something wrong with this brother. You know. Yeah. You know, but now when y'all get to them petty reasons, oh no, I don't date him because he light skinned. I need me a chocolate brother, or I need me a light skinned brother so I can get me baby with good hair. All them old school, you know, stereotypes. Then you missing out on possibly, you know, meeting a good brother. So, you know, it just be open minded.
And the same thing with the guys too. You know, a girl can come at you and she may be one of the best things that ever happened to you, but because she's not built the way you like, she doesn't look the way you like, you know, she's not your type, so to speak. And granted, yes, you do want an attraction to the person that you're with, but at the same time, like, this woman could help build you. Because truth be told, a lot of us don't got it together.
Right.
You know, and sometimes we need you know, you don't want to just, you know, go to the park and sit on the swing. No, motherfucker, you need a little push.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we could use a little bit of propel on our end, and having a good woman, you know, behind you to do that or next to you to do that will throw you forward into greater things. You know, so fellas, don't be on that, man. Shit, man, she fat, but can she cook? You rather have somebody that can roll a blunt or fry some chicken? Because guess what? After you roll that blunt and smoke it, your ass gonna be hungry. So, you know, you got to look at things in a different perspective. Where are you in life? Are you comfortable? You know what I'm saying? Do you have your own?
Right.
You know, a lot of these guys, I hear it from ladies like, man, I was talking to this one guy, but he ain't got his own place. He ain't got his own car. He's always in between jobs. Like, you know, sometimes a good woman will help you bring yourself up or help bring you up and launch you forward into things that you never thought you'd be able to do. You know, so yeah, don't be out here being petty, you know, picky. And I mean, it's good to be picky. Just don't be petty about the picky. You know what I'm saying?
All right. But yeah, about to wrap it up. But we appreciate y'all checking us out. Hopefully we answered some of your questions. If not, you can always Instagram us at NoSense2020 on IG, or you can hit us up on Facebook. Also, we have our email at nosense2020 at gmail.com. So definitely hit us up on there and let us know your feedback, or you can inbox us, either one of us personally. Let us know what we can do better, what we can change. Next week.
If you have any questions too.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just saying if they have any questions, because, you know, somebody might be going through something that, you know, that they want a perspective on. You know, so yeah, if you have any questions, we'll definitely touch on it. Because a lot of women need a man perspective, because a lot of the male friends that these women have,
Right.
9 times out of 10, they trying to get names. Like, they waiting for the dude to fuck up. So they're like, no, don't do that.
Right. We ain't trying to screw you, so we gonna give you the real deal.
Facts.
So
Big facts.
now next week, you definitely don't want to miss, because we're gonna be talking about fetishes, kinks, and everything related to
Those involving those in relationships.
right, and how to get your mate to open up about things that they may be closed-minded about. So other than that, we're gonna be signing off. We'll see you when we see you.
Deuces.